Sam Levitt, Diamond Side, here on the Firebirds Extra Pregame Show, and I'm joined right now by the head coach of the Orleans Firebirds, Kelly Nicholson. And Coach, obviously 2 straight wins for your ball club. They've been playing very well over the last couple of days. What have you been doing right?
Well, we pitched really well last night. I thought Corey Miller threw the ball really well. The 2 runs they got, it was a hit batter and a walk, and both those runs came around and scored in the first inning, and after that, threw up a bunch of zeros. Bullpen did a good job and got some runs and had a good result last night.
The middle of the order, I've been calling them murderers row of sorts lately. Marcancini, Luplo, Fish, they have just been tremendous, batting over 400 over the last 4 games. What have they been doing? I mean, how important have they been to this team as a whole and the success of this team right now?
Well, obviously they've played a big role offensively. The thing that is really nice about all 3 of those guys and all of the guys on our ball club, they come in early for early work every day with Benny, and Benny has been doing a tremendous job with these hitters. And I keep telling him, you keep working with a guy like that and you keep doing it every day, you're going to get good results, and that's what's happening right now.
Let's talk a little bit more about Chris Marcancini. Had the big go-ahead home run against Chatham a couple of nights ago. You know, we got a chance to talk to his head coach, Chris Pollard, at Chatham a couple of nights ago, and he said to us the one thing he really likes right now from Chris is he's playing relaxed, he's playing confident. Is that what you're seeing too? I mean, is this a guy kind of figuring it out and finding himself right now on the Cape?
I think so, Sam. I think it does these guys a world of good to see everyday pitching. In college, they're playing on Tuesdays, and they have a couple days off, and then they play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they have a day off. And when they're seeing pitching every day, I think it really helps them offensively. And Marco has been swinging a really good bat, and hopefully we're going to see the thing continue throughout the summer.
Once again, Kelly Nicholson joining me right now on the Firebirds Extra Pregame Show. Let's talk about the lineup changes tonight. Ross Kivett batting second, his debut as a Firebird, and obviously Austin Davidson batting third tonight. Jordan Luplo getting a day off. Let's talk about Kivett first. What are you expecting from him? This was a guy that you told us you were really excited about to get here. What are you expecting from Ross Kivett?
Well, we're expecting Ross to bring a lot of energy and enthusiasm and a winning attitude to this ball club. He had a tremendous year at Kansas State. He was a 10th rounder. I was really surprised that he didn't sign and ecstatic to get him. I know Mike Clement. Mike coaches at Kansas State. He coached here for 2 or 3 summers with us, and that was the connection with Ross. So we couldn't be happier to have Ross Kivett. And I told him, I said, we're going to throw you right into the fire. You're going to hit second and play second base. So anxious to see him play.
And now let's talk about Austin Davidson. He was the Cape Cod League Player of the Week in the first week of the season. Gets the ankle injury, has to sit out a few games. Inserted back into the lineup, struggled a little bit when he first came back, but gets a couple of hits last night, scores a couple of runs. What's he doing right? I mean, what did it mean for him last night to kind of get back on track, and now he's hitting third tonight?
Well, Austin's a very, very good hitter. I've talked to a few scouts already early in the season, and they like his bat. He's got really good hands. He's a very good athlete. He played a little bit at second base, and you know he's going to play third base for us tonight. And he started out as our. I think when we started out, first day he might have been hitting. I think he hit in the 4-hole, but we're giving Loop a day off, and we're giving Slay a day off. So that's why we had to juggle our lineup a little bit.
Obviously, the bullpen was very good last night against Harwich. Against Chatham, they struggled a little bit. A couple of wild pitches, some messiness. What did you say to anything to the bullpen as a unit after that game at Chatham? Really the most they've struggled all year, and what a bounce-back performance last night, huh?
Yeah, they did a great job last night. The only thing I told them after Chatham was that as soon as they're ready, they're going to get back on the mound because we have all the confidence in the world. And those guys in outings like that happen. They happen in the big leagues. They're going to happen in the minor leagues, and they're going to happen here. They're here for a reason because they're some of the best guys in the country. And I told Clark and I told Toomey last night, hey, as soon as you're ready, you're back in there.
Trent Skutnik making the start for your club tonight. He's been very good so far, pitching out of the bullpen, hasn't allowed a run so far this season. I know you like to see progress with your pitchers and see them develop things over the course of the season. What are you looking for from Skutnik tonight?
Well, Scuddy's going to really compete. I like the way he really gets after it, his tempo, his energy, his enthusiasm out there. He's a go-getter out there on the mound. He's Michigan's Friday night guy, so again, anxious to see him make his first start tonight, Sam.
Absolutely, and obviously going up against a Falmouth team like we talked about, your team has won 2 games in a row. Are you kind of getting a little mojo going, feel like things are starting to pick up and maybe your team getting a little bit hot, reel off a few wins?
Well, that would always be nice. It's always just one game at a time. We don't want to get too excited after a win, and we're not going to get too down after a loss. It's a long season, and we just want to have a good day-to-day process. Just kind of one at a time, one pitch at a time, one inning at a time. One game at a time, and see where we are come early August.
Of course, and before they get to an extended winning streak, first got to take care of business here tonight against Falmouth. As always, Coach, thanks so much.
You bet. Thank you, Sam.
That was Coach Kelly Nicholson on the Firebirds Extra Pregame Show. More pregame coming up right after this.